Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe if you are enjoying what you are hearing. Now, on to today's story. Me, M33, and wife, F31, together since teens, marriage in crisis. Background: me, M33, and my wife, F31, have been together for 19 years. We got married when we were in our early 20s and we have an 11-year-old kid together. We've always been inseparable, and did everything together. We used to be crazy about each other, and still a few years ago people commented how our connection is amazing. We are also introverts and spend much time at home. For the last 2 weeks we've had an excessive amount of serious talks about our marriage and what is wrong in it. I became aware of the issues when my wife told me in the beginning of the summer that she is feeling unhappy. We had few talks, but I didn't really understand the seriousness of the situation. I tried to bring some enjoyment to our day-to-day life, but basically felt anxious about tackling the situation and kind of wanted to not talk about it. Everything changed 2 weeks ago. I asked her if she was still feeling the same, and she said yes, she's still unhappy. She told me that she has started to experience that feeling for about a year now, and she was hoping that it would go away on its own, but it hasn't. She told me that the issue is not in me but it's in our relationship. She also told me that she isn't in love with me anymore, even though she still loves me. She basically feels that the love is kind of platonic. We just last year bought our first owned house and are in a major debt because of it. She had hoped that the house would have made her happy, but it didn't help. Another issue was that she's having an identity crisis. She just turned 30 and she feels she doesn't have goals, personal interest, and stuff like that. Like I said in earlier, we've been together since we were kids and we have always been together any chance we got. Be it with friends, going out, watching movies, etc. We did everything together. She also mentioned that she always puts others first. Now it's time to be selfish, and I understand her feelings that way. It came quite clear that she doesn't know what she could do to start fixing the issue, or if she wants to fix it. This was very hard to hear, and my first reaction was panicking and pleading. She told me that she doesn't really care to try fix the situation, and she was hoping I was feeling the same so that this would be easier. During the discussion she was extremely cold, showing no emotion whatsoever. I felt horrible after the discussion. This woman has been the love of my life. I know our day-to-day life has become extremely unengaging and we haven't done anything to maintain the relationship for a while, but I couldn't picture life without her. We have grown up together, experienced so much together, and been there through thick and thin. I can't fathom how after 19 years she isn't interested in fixing the issues and is thinking of separation just like that. Next day I realized that I can panic now. I must start taking care of myself mentally and try to make sense of the situation. I know myself and I have a tendency to get the blues, but this is not the time to go passive. I also realize that even though we have to discuss the issues, I have to show her that we can still enjoy time together and really try to start doing active things together, and not just be bored in the house together. I planned an evening for just the two of us and got someone to look after our child while we went out. We went for dinner and started discussing the situation deeply. I told her I still love her and I want to fight for us. I know that to fix this we have to change, and I want to change. I want us to change. We've been together for so long and we have a kid and a life together, so we should at least try counseling and trying to find ways to tackle the issues. I know it's a long road, but we owe each other to at least give it a shot. I've had major anxiety this whole time. During these times I have read a lot about relationships and personal needs. I've come to realize that we've had a codependent relationship. We can't really enjoy time apart, and she has done so much to please me. She hasn't really built her own life, she doesn't really have any close friends either, she just hangs with me and my friends. Once I started to think about it, I realized this must be a major reason why she's having identity issues. Everything about her is about me. I initiated a discussion and told her about codependency, and I've also realized that my identity is not healthy either. I can't enjoy being alone in home even if I do solo stuff. When we are together, I sometimes think that she will soon go to bed, then I can enjoy my solo time. I need her to be present to feel good. I think we are not whole alone, and that's something that needs to be handled. I proposed that we, and especially her, need to start taking solo time with good conscience. I want her to rebuild her friendships, be able to go as she wants, and when we are home, I don't want that we have to do something together all the time. I want to create healthy boundaries. We agreed that from now on, Monday to Friday is solo time and weekends are spent together. She seemed to like the idea, and was relieved that I had become calm and recognized the same problems. My mood is like a roller coaster. I've had stable and strong days and at times felt anxious and afraid. At times I can't stop thinking about the situation, how everything is up in air at the moment, and then there are days where I can accept that this is not really in my hands and all I can do is take care of myself. We let few days pass without much interaction and discussions about the issues, just to regain energy and not to make all our time together be about serious things. Few days later we had a quick discussion and she told me that she hasn't really thought things through because it feels so hard to go through the emotions. She can't pinpoint what is making her unhappy, but it's not just her personal issues, it's our relationship. She told me she loves me and wants to try to fix the situation, but still she feels she doesn't want to do any work to rekindle her love for me. The discussion ended in good spirit, and I felt I gained more mental strength. After the discussion we went to bed and she cried for the first time. She said she doesn't want to analyze her emotions or situations because it's hard, and that's why she is so cold to me. She told me that she is hoping that she feels something during our 19th anniversary, which is tomorrow. We haven't really progressed much from there. We've had good discussions, but she is unable to open up to me. She told me that she is not able to think about things even when she is alone. It's like she's mentally stuck in an unhappy place and she can't make sense of anything right now. She has stopped saying she loves me. Previously she said it almost daily. I realize that I can't pressure her. I try to stay calm and show her that I'm serious about improving myself and not just because of her. She has really appreciated how I've started to handle this. I went back to working out, I fixed my sleep schedule and tried to find positiveness in the situation. I realize that no matter what happens I have to start taking care of myself mentally. We have started to sleep close to each other, something we haven't done in years. She even initiated intimate time once during these 2 weeks. I started to study philosophies and motivational stuff to keep myself going. I have come to realize that there is a big chance this is going to end in a divorce, but there might still be a chance to find motivation to start rebuilding our relationship. We have agreed that we don't think about the future at the moment and just live one day at a time to see how these changes will feel and if she can catch any feelings toward me. Stoic philosophy has given me hope and helped me stay calm by thinking that I am able to control myself, but not her. I have started to sync our sleep times to be able to start and end the date together, while in the past we had totally different sleep times. Since we avoid each other during weekdays, I think it's good to share those moments together. Kind of get ready for the day and be able to share how the day went. I've tried to think when she became unhappy, and it led me to realize that I haven't been happy either. I know that 2 years ago we were happy and after that our lives have changed so much. I started a job where I was underqualified and I brought the stress home. She started a new job a year ago that is really taxing on her and she's basically reachable 247 on her job. We also started studying for degrees, did house hunting for over 6 months and now we have a big house. There's been so much stress in life that they must have taken a toll too. At this point I want to say that our interaction has been amazing these 2 weeks. We are able to be mostly happy while we are together, have deep honest discussions and after them regain calmness and carry on. Both of us have complimented each other on how they are handling the situation. We've agreed to try solo and couples therapy and set up date nights and agreed to give each other lots of solo time and space. I try to maintain a calm attitude and show myself and her that life can be good together. Our anniversary is tomorrow and I'm so stressed. I'm doing my best to not get my hopes up and just go with an attitude like we are just going to enjoy each other's time. Since she told me earlier about her expectations, I can't help feeling anxious. I have booked us an overnight visit in a hotel with spa services. I booked us a personal massage in the same room and a table at a restaurant. Divorce frightens me. I have never been alone. I was 14 when we started dating. I feel like I'm never going to find another woman who could match her, and besides neither of us have ever dated others. I think the single scene would be so bizarre to us since we have no experience in normal relationships. Besides that, we've been together for 19 years and we have a kid together. I don't think I could even get a chance to forget her. Part of me also feels bad. We are both people pleasers, but I'm more dominant than her, and I realize that I've been selfish and we've done much how I want things to be done. This is something I want to help with therapy. This side makes me think, should I just let her go so she can heal alone? Will I just cause unhappiness in her life? I'm stressed how this is going to affect our child. I'm also thinking about what we would do with our house. In our country, if you sell the house before 2 years have passed, they tax you heavily, so we should own the house for at least another year before we should sell it. I also think, how long will I have energy to keep this going on? I was hoping to get others' thoughts. Have you been in a long relationship or feel other things that are relatable? I'm hoping therapy is able to make her open up since I'm not able to do it. Update 4.8. Thank you all for the support. It means much to me in these moments. Constructive criticism has also been welcome. I know I need to work on my issues to be the best version of myself, and I want to change because of myself. Anything else is just extra. I thought I would update you how things are going. On Thursday I contacted one of my wife's friends and asked her to contact my wife, that we are going through things and I know she could really use a friend ATM. So on Friday after work my wife went to meet her. I personally spent the afternoon thinking about what anniversary gift to give her. She loves perfumes, so I contacted multiple friends and asked what brands she has complimented and went through 2 towns to find one of the perfumes. I found it in the town where we had previously lived. After that a friend contacted me. He was in a terrace having a beer, so I went to meet him and got a cold one. After a moment my wife contacted me and asked what I was doing. I told her I was having a beer and she replied that they would come and join us. She came and I made sure not to make the moment about her, but about friends and having fun. We had so much fun and I was on fire, blasting jokes, and my wife and friends were laughing hard. During the drinks many old friends passed and joined us. In the end we had a big group hanging out. Later when I talked with my wife how it was fun seeing old friends, we both realized that we miss our old home and it's rough not having any friends in the new place we live. I think that factors in our happiness also. Anniversary day was amazing. She got the gift in the morning and loved it. She was so thankful for it and surprised how I knew what she wanted. We left with a car to the harbor blasting new songs that we had found. Music has always been important to us and also a way to connect. We were so distracted by having fun that we went to the wrong harbor and almost missed our ship. On the cruise ship there was a moment that had a surprising effect. I called our hotel and talked about tourist English. After the call my wife laughed at how my accent was so bad, so I explained I always make service calls like that and we switched to talking English as a joke. When we were young we used to do lots of role plays. Not sexually but to have fun, so I had an idea, told her to go to the shop and I would later go there and bump into her. We haven't done this in years. Our roles were like we were our true selves but didn't know each other. Without going to details, this play had an amazing effect. We started talking and telling about our lives like we just met and flirted back to each other. I enjoyed listening to her and got really excited when she told me about things she enjoyed. When we got to our hotel, she initiated an intimate moment and there was passion on both sides that we haven't seen in a long time. During the act we didn't roleplay. Day went fast and she was very grateful for everything, and enjoyed her massage. Overall everything was perfect. We had fun, no dull moments, lots of kisses and selfies together. At night I did duck up. We went to a cocktail bar that had a great DJ and amazing margaritas. I got drunk and we were looking at the pictures we had taken and I burst into tears. She tried to downplay it so that we could continue the night, but I got too emotional so we started to leave. I talked way too much during the walk to the hotel. I told her what I felt during the day and she downplayed it by saying it was just playing and we have so much baggage that we can't just pretend. I went to shower and sobered up. I apologized for the way I acted and we both agreed that drinking wasn't wise in a situation like this. Next day was great and we had a small talk about our situation. I told her that I agree, we have baggage that can't be denied, but if we're going to fix our marriage we have to try to overcome it, and not hang on to them. She agreed. We went home and prepared for a serious talk with our child. The talk wasn't about this, it's a personal matter. I handled the conversation calmly and affectionately. My wife later told me she was impressed how I directed the conversation. Later we took glasses of wine and went to the sauna and bed together. Overall I think the weekend went great even though there was drama because I couldn't handle my emotions. Yesterday I went to work and realized that I'm not able to do work. I went to the doctor and did a mind state quiz and got extremely negative results and they prescribed antidepressant drugs to me and a 2-week sick leave. I'm going to a psychiatrist tomorrow with the mindset of opening up about my personal traits that I want to work on and also how to handle the anxiety in this situation. I went home feeling down and started to write my thoughts on paper. Doing that I realized I'm not processing this situation with the right mindset. Negative thoughts have been controlling me. I've been thinking my wife doesn't love me and feeling anxious about it and fear of the unknown. I should be thinking that I still sleep next to her and we are both still trying. She could have left already but she hasn't. I'm thinking how the negative mindset paralyzes me mentally and creates an atmosphere where neither of us feel good. It also diminishes any chance of a shared future for us. After these thoughts I felt great. I started to clean before my wife would come home and made her coffee ready so she could have it when she would arrive. I greeted her with positive vibes and we went to drink our coffee. I could sense that she was stressed. She had a crazy day in work and it had exhausted her. I made sure to ask a lot of questions so she could tell me how she was doing and I concentrated on just listening to her and empathizing. I asked her if she would like to join me for a walk and we could possibly go eat something. She told me she didn't feel like it. I started to get ready to leave alone. I don't want to be stuck home together, but I noticed she was going to start cleaning and still looked stressed, so I asked one more time if she would like to join, maybe walking could ease her mind. She agreed and left with me. She looked so pissed when we left and I let her vent everything about work and people. The talking, walk and dinner worked and she looked relieved. After that I felt I should leave and see a friend I haven't seen a long time. I was thinking that we already had a walk, she looked better, we have agreed to do solo time on weekdays and I need to enjoy my solo time and rebuild my friendships. It was great to connect with a friend. Usually I ask everyone to visit me at home, I never go anywhere, so when he invited me to come visit him in the near future, I was thinking that would do good for me. I went home at night and my wife was in the bed but wanted to come talk with me. After she had asked how everything went, I sensed she was kind of jealous of me enjoying my solo time. She told me that she didn't enjoy her time alone. She didn't have energy to go visit friends and wasn't really interested. I told her that meeting people that make you feel good is important, and as part of her identity crisis she should rebuild her friendships. Maybe just go for a quick coffee if nothing else, but do the effort of seeing people. I personally think that she being home alone and getting bored is good for her. Then she has to start acting on it and find ways to enjoy solo time. She said she feels like I and our kid are always waiting for her to come straight home. I reassured her that she doesn't have to feel like that and we are not thinking like that. I felt really bad seeing how she felt. I also told her that we really need to spend time apart from each other and concentrate on our personal needs. I even told her that both of us should focus on personal issues and only after that return back to see if we are able to fix our marriage. If we don't work on ourselves, fixing our marriage isn't possible. She seemed relieved that I want her to think about herself first and not put marriage as the first priority. It felt good to find a sympathetic mindset, and be able to act unselfish. TL, doctor together since teens, tomorrow is our 19th anniversary. Wife told me she is unhappy and isn't in love with me anymore. We have taken steps in the right direction but are not sure how to help the wife to open up since she's emotionally not alright. ATM. Update, together since teens, marriage in crisis. Link to old post. I've tried showing my love and appreciation to her. It hasn't worked. She has appreciated my changes but they haven't created any feelings in her. We've had lots of discussions and we always start looping on the same issues. The discussions haven't been constructive, we just get stuck on the negative. The discussion always shadows the whole day. We might have a good day together but once we start the conversations we both feel terrible and she feels like it was awful to be together and it becomes the major memory of the day. Last week we were separated for 3 days and both of us felt better after that. We went to a therapist last weekend, and he told us how marriage is so much more than just falling in love, how avoiding conflicts has created a barrier between us. He also told how couples' image changes after their child starts to feel independent. All of a sudden you have more time together but since we haven't built on our relationship for a while, something seems to be missing. He also told us that looping on the issues is not constructive and will not yield anything good. I saw lots of value and hope in the therapist's message but my wife felt completely differently. She felt she needed to follow her instinct even more and she was really impressed how confident the therapist was as a person. She was almost idolizing him because of that. We had a good day together after that. I didn't take any of her opinions personally or let them hurt me, just tried to understand. Later that day she said she would like to talk about us and I told her it might not be a good idea since we always start looping non-constructively. Wouldn't you know, it happened and the evening was awful for both of us. We went to see my brother who has been able to be neutral in this situation and supported us both. He helped direct our conversation and my bro and me, we both made sure to let my wife air out her opinions and give her room to talk. I told my brother near the end that we are going to start a week-long separation, and after that we will take a trial time together and we will see if it works or not. She lit up and told me that she has felt I have dominated the discussions previously and basically forced the idea that we will get over this as a couple. What I just said was like I respected her feelings. We both felt like weight went off our shoulders and smiled and hugged. We came to the conclusion we are not able to discuss our marriage together, we need a third party to guide us and we have to stop looping on the issues and try to leave them behind to really give us a change. We had a great night together after that together. This all got me thinking and I finally realized where the issue is. I have always believed that we are inseparable and our love is forever. This has resulted in me not building on our relationship and taking her for granted. My actions have caused her to feel low self-worth. How I've handled the crisis has been like I have not respected her opinion. When she tells me the issues, I just explain logically how they are fixable, and this must have felt like I don't take her seriously or respect her opinion. Without respecting her, of course she feels awful with me. This behavior is actually separating us further. On the second day together I told her that, and she told me that I'm finally understanding her and she hasn't been able to come to the same conclusion yet, but that is actually the issue she is having. I've spent lots of time thinking about us and me as a person, and I've started to improve myself as a person. I think it's a good sign that I want to change for myself and I don't want to go back to our old relationship. In that sense, we are both on the same page. I've also realized that if we are able to get past this crisis, our relationship would head in a healthy direction and could actually be stronger than it has ever been. We have now started the week-long separation. She's at her mother, I'm at our home. I feel like we are in the right direction, but I'm not sure what to do next or how to interact with her when she returns home. My doctor also approved of my logic and of the direction I'm trying to take our relationship. I think I have to show affection and love, but since she doesn't have any feelings for me, I have to stay stable, confident, not needy, show her respect and help her build her confidence. Maybe I just have to stop showing love, give her room when she comes back and show her that I understand her and respect her decision. Maybe by respect she could feel that things have changed and she can feel good with me. One thing I also realized today, that our last life goal was buying a house. It's now done, so there is nothing to wait for together. But this is not a time to create goals together. Any opinions on my approach? We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Have an awesome day or night, wherever you are.